crazy day. You guys are amazing. Hello. Hello. My name is Tammy. I am going live from Hawaii. Yes. I was invited to visit my dad. He is vacationing in Hawaii, and my husband and I joined him just today. But I had to prove to myself that I am here for you. I show up with content for you. In fact, on that 5 hour plane ride over here, I finished reading that book about habits. What was the name of that book? Oh, How to Change. Guys, I have pages of notes that I want to share with you. And my topic tonight is about consistency because really, consistency in digital marketing is everything. And that's today. I'm living proof. I am here for you. I want to be with my YouTube family and my TikTok family. So, hello. Thank you guys for joining me. Hey, let me know if I am loud enough. I've got roosters crowing in the back. I've got the ocean behind me and the trees are blowing, and I would love to know if I'm coming through clear enough for you. Hey, the topic today is about consistency. And like I said, I am proving it that I am here for you and that I am going to do this live because digital marketing means that much to me. Your success means that much to me. I had to show up today. I want make a promise. I am making a promise that I will show up and I will show up every day. And what I have for you today is we're talking about consistency, but also about habits. How do you make those things happen? And one of the things I learned in my book, How to Change by Katie Milkman. If you've watched any of my lives, you can go to my YouTube and watch my previous lives. I've talked about this book and what it means to me because it is scientifically written. This woman is a PhD. She studies habits and what is it that we can do to be better. How do we get better in business? How do we get better in school? How do we get better losing weight in relationships? All those things. She breaks it down. There was 7 chapters on things you can do to get better, and I am going to discuss some of those with you tonight. But basically, I want to start about, you look at digital marketing, right? We talk about this all the time. It's a 2 hour workday and how flexible it is, right? I can do this from anywhere. But what is it like? How come you don't get a vacation? You don't get to call it quits for a day? I don't want to. Number one is because I feel that strongly about the people who need to hear what I have to say. I truly do. I've had 7 businesses, 7 businesses, and over the past 30 years. And I've never felt this strongly about a business like I do this. One is because I feel like it's written for me, right? Gen X, old Gen X, and empty nester, right? A stay at home. This business fits so many people, and so I feel like I'm just a typical person actually, but I may be atypical. Okay, well, I'll give you that. But I love being able to work 2 hours a day. One, doing it proves that I'm here for you. I'm consistent and it's a habit. So we're talking about habits. And if I can show up even when I'm on vacation, then I'm proving to myself that I'm consistent, that I'm committed. And so, one of the things, if you are looking for an online business, if you are looking to do digital marketing and you've been intrigued about this 2 hour workday, right? Maybe you work 40-hour weeks and or 80-hour weeks, and you're like, I can't imagine what my life would look like if I just worked 2 hours a day. Well, as an empty nester, as someone who's been a stay at home, I've had a lot of empty days. And now I look forward every day to come and coach, to come and talk and share my life experiences about why this business is different and how it's changed my life. And I want that for you financially, mentally, the time freedom, the financial freedom, the things that you really want. That's why you're here. You want to learn more about digital marketing. But can you really be consistent? You might be questioning whether you could. And it's a valid question. I get that. What motivates me, what brings me here every day is because I found a habit. I found doing social media posts was fun. And that's actually one of Katie's ideas for building habits is to find the fun in it or to bundle it with something fun or to reward yourself with something fun. But truthfully, this business has not been hard. It's been a joy. This has been a fun business. And so that's something I can't wait to tell you all, right? I show up every day because I truly believe how exciting this is and how fun it can be. So thank you. Thank you for the hearts and for joining me today. Guys, I've got my Hawaiian glow going on right now and my, salt in the hair glow right now. I am coming from Hawaii and I couldn't be happier to just even meet with you guys tonight because I felt so strongly I had to show up and prove that this is a doable, flexible business. And I truly feel anybody can do it. If I can do it, anybody can do it. But you have to be consistent. And if that's just any hesitation on your part, then I want to help you with that. That's what we're going to hit on tonight. Um, Consistency is the key to the success in digital marketing. All right. So the first step is one, if you can just simplify your approach. Sometimes, now, if you've ever had another business, and I've had 7 businesses. The very first business I had, I was a graphic artist. I was a graphic artist for realtors, and I'd make their flyers, I'd make their postcards, right? Those stuff you'd get in the mail all the time. And this was 30 years ago. This was my very first business. And what I didn't realize was how many hats I would have to wear. When I had the job as a graphic artist, I just got to create the flyers. I got to do the fun things, the happy, fun things. I could be creative. I didn't, I never really put it together that having a job meant that gave me the freedom to do that thing that I did really well. One, because they had a personnel department, they had an accounting department, they had a sales department. When you become your own business owner, that's a lot of hats to wear. And that was something that I didn't realize until I was in it that that's what was going on. And it was, well, needless to say, that business didn't go well. Number one, I wasn't a good salesman, I didn't have that skill. It took a lot of time to learn how to do accounting, to have a business account, to do the records, to invoice my clients and wait 30 days to get paid and all those little nuances. I didn't even have time to go out and door knock for more business. I was so busy taking the order, going out and taking the photo of the house, coming home and creating the flyer, getting it to Kinko's, getting it packaged, getting the invoices made, getting it to the client. And I tried to do it like in 24 hours, like in 48 hours at the most. I hated making my clients wait. but I'd make my family wait. I'd say no to my family, but I'd never say no to my clients. That was difficult wearing all those different hats. I couldn't manage all those skills and do that all at the same time. So here's the difference. Having a digital marketing business, if you can simplify, it makes it a heck of a lot easier to get started and to have more success doing it that way. So here's what the difference is between that business and this business. One, there's automations, right? There's automations built in to the digital marketing program that I use that's taking the emails, that's sending the information, that's sending it out regularly, that's doing the accounting, that's got the payment processes, that is always available for when my client needs to have that information. All of that is taken off of me. I get to be creative and make content. I get to have fun making videos. I get to have fun making 3 pieces of content a day. I think that's fun. I don't think that's hard. If you want training in that, there's tons of training. The program I use has tons of classes. Pick a platform. You want to make input and information for LinkedIn, Pinterest, not just Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. There's training on all of that. If that's something you want to grow that skill in. But that's that little piece. That's that creative fun part. That's what I love that. So to me, it simplified the process so much that it made working a 2 hour day easy to be consistent. Now, granted, there's a learning curve. There's a learning curve in every time we learn something, right? Having a 2 hour workday took practice. I wasn't used to that. So, just being honest, I stay at home for 30 years. And yes, I've had multiple businesses during that time. But when you have the entire day to do something, doesn't the work kind of expand to fill that day? You know what I'm talking about? Right? You've got all day to do the laundry or whatever it is, right? And you put it off and you put it off because I've got all day to do the laundry, right? That's how I felt doing this business. And then I captured the idea that how about you focus and you get your work done early? And one of the ways I was able to do that was my husband actually works in the morning, comes home, and then he goes out in the afternoon. And he's home by 9 o'clock in the morning. So that Tammy, get yourself up and go make your content, go do your motivational, your inspiration readings, and then go live. You better be done with that live before 9 o'clock when he comes back because the dog starts barking and he's in the house right now. All the chaos starts happening. And I don't want that distraction. But that was motivating to me. That's what I started to make a habit. Now, if a day came and it was something happened and I didn't make that happen, could I still be consistent and keep that habit anyway? Could I actually show up like I am today, right? What is this? I'm like 12 hours off of when I normally would have gone live because I'm traveling. Today was a travel day. I've been in airports and airplanes. It's been a long day. I don't know. Can you tell in my voice? I'm starting to get a little tired. But I wanted to prove that this job is so flexible. You can put it in the times that you have available. So, one of the things, How to Change by Katie Milkman, in her book about habits, how to change yourself, how to make new habits. Can you change? The first one, you have to believe you're able to do it. And once I saw the program that I'm doing, that does look pretty doable. So I was interested and I decided to come to TikTok brand new. I am about 3.5 months in with TikTok. I'm a brand new person with TikTok. And I found that I liked having a fresh, brand new account. I've been on Instagram for a long time. I've had Facebook a long time, but I wanted to start fresh. And do you realize that was the first chapter in her book? It was about fresh starts. How do you build a new habit? One is to have a fresh start, right? That kind of helps your brain say, you know what, I'm going to start something new. I want to break an old habit. I want to start a new habit. One of the coolest ways to do that is to have a fresh start mentality. That's why New Year's Day is huge. Lots of resolutions are made for New Year's Day. Do you realize like 20, I thought, if I remember the statistic right, like 22% of New Year's resolutions follow through. People were successful. That, I mean, it's always a joke, right? You know what I'm talking about? People always joke that, oh, you've made a New Year's resolution and it lasted till 3 o'clock that day. Like, people make jokes about how it's not sustainable, but that's not true. Maybe the majority doesn't, but some people do. All they needed was that fresh start. And so for me, that's how I came to TikTok. I was like, okay, I'm doing something new. I'm learning something new, and I'm going to start with TikTok and try this out. I came with the expectation of I'm learning. I don't know. My very first videos, you can go look in my feed, right? My first video. I treated it like I was doing something on other platforms, and it didn't take off. And the disappointment I felt, well, I don't know. Can you feel disappointment when you've tried something new and it didn't work? That's ridiculous if you're holding yourself up to some crazy standard. But the idea was that TikTok will push out your very first videos to a gabillion people because they want to find your people. And my first video hit like 40 people. Like, okay, so the thought of how it was going to happen didn't happen. And so, but can you be upset about that? 40 people saw something brand new I did. That was exciting, right? That kind of motivates you to keep going because it's like, hey, you're doing something new, and there was a glimmer of hope and success, and that's another way to build your habits, is to take the wins when you can get your wins. You tried something new, mark that on your calendar. In fact, I've got this sticky on my computer. These are dates of when I've done things for the first time. And I'm keeping track of the results. That's another way to start good habits. All right, I've talked about that way too much, guys. Unless you've got any questions on that about um, being consistent and doing new things, having that fresh start mentality. Let's see, what else? And simplifying your marketing strategy. That's where we started. I wanted you to know, from my old business to this business, it's such a simplified process. I think, I, if you don't know, I'm with nevertoolateincome.com. Nevertoolateincome.com You can go to that website and get more information on the program that I promote. And one of the things that the program really emphasizes, if you're going to do social media marketing, is you have to be consistent. And so having automated tools, automations in your systems absolutely helps. I'm hoping it's not going to rain here in Hawaii while I'm still doing my live. I'm out on the patio, so that would be a big inconvenience. Um, and I love having the automations that help simplify things. A 2-hour workday simplified things a lot, right? Using social media and using your cell phone. How brilliant is that? We're with our cell phones all the time. Why not make it a business? All right, let's talk about the one last thing. We're going to build habits. Um, and it's about the concept is about not working harder, but building habits. And let me see if I can find that in my notes because I was literally out of her book today. Did I tell you I read like a 200-page book today because I was on a plane for 5 hours? Um, let's see, what did I say? Consistency is about habits and not working harder. What's amazing is when we see people who are successful in their school or their business, whatever it is, we look at them and think they've got some kind of magic, don't they? We think, what do they have, man? I wish I had that thing that they had. And 99% of the time, it's a habit. They've created good habits, and now they just come across naturally. It like learning, like you want to remember to floss your teeth, okay? You if you can remember, okay, as soon as my toothbrush hits the counter, I'm picking up the floss, I'm going to brush, right? Because many of us, me, do not floss as much as I should. And so if I want to create a new habit, I have to work on it. I have to have the cues to remind me to do it. There's consistency involved. I have to do these things. And then I will build in this habit. And it'll just be natural. Every night before I go to bed, I brush my teeth and I floss my teeth, right? You built this habit. So it's the same thing with a superstar in business, a superstar athlete. They've created habits that are helpful for them to succeed. And now it's just part of routine. It's just part of routine. And it's not working harder because now these habits have become routine. See what I mean? That's why I call it the learning curve, right? You can't come to something brand new and think I've got it all figured out, and then you're stuck, right? One of the things I got stuck with was coming up with content ideas, and it's almost absurd if you think about it, because there's 101 questions we could be answering about digital marketing, and here we are struggling every single day. How do I? What's the content I got? You need to let that go and say it's not hard. There's information everywhere that I could be sharing, but it has to become a habit. Do you know where to look to pull for information? Do you know where to find the questions to answer? There's so many places. If you look in the program that I promote, she has Michelle's, I don't know, how many does she have? 10, 15 ideas on where to pull content from. And then it's like, okay, there was 28 days worth of information you can make your posts on. Oh, and by the way, if you just batch do them, right? Once you've got a good topic and you've made a video, make a second one because, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to say the same thing twice. So make another one, make a third one, right? If you can batch these videos, then you will always have this content and keep them in your drafts. That's literally what I did today. You go back and look at the content that came out today. I made yesterday. I knew today was going to be a travel day. So I I created the content before. I love having that in the hopper ready to go. These kinds of ideas, they start becoming habits. And I'm not working harder. I'm not, because they've become habits. When I started, of course, it took longer. I'm racking my brains for ideas, and then I can't spit the words out fast enough, or without stumbling over myself, or whatever it is, right? The sun's glaring off my glasses, or you know how it is, right? Whenever you're trying to make a video, stuff happens. Well, now I can make a video and get it edited in like 10 minutes. Maybe, less if I didn't spend so much time thinking about it. I'm always thinking about the description, and I've actually started cutting that down. I'm making shorter descriptions just to get to the call to action faster, right? This is TikTok. People love fast. They want fast. I don't want to read 3 paragraphs. You want to read 3 paragraphs, go to Instagram. And I love Instagram. So I think I carried the old habits. I'm not going to say bad habits, but I carried those old habits forward to a platform that's not how it works. People want their information, they want it now. All right, guys. You guys have been great. I am sweating. I need to go jump in the ocean. I can't wait. I'm going to make a video here of where we're at. I'm on Oahu and having a wonderful time. And I can't wait to start bringing that content to you, showing how you can be consistent. I think the biggest key to being consistent in social media marketing is having Wi Fi. You can take this business anywhere. Guys, don't make this complicated. It's not that hard. You can be successful with digital marketing. You can take a trip and show up for the people who want to see you, who want to know what you have to offer them. Okay, and put in the comments if you have any questions, if there's a video you're looking for me to make, information on digital marketing and what's worked for me. I'm 4 months in. Sometimes it's cool to get a perspective of a new person. What are things you wish you had known, 3 months ago? I'd be happy to share that with you. So I am going to sign off and thank you for hanging with me tonight. I know it's a hey, Kareen, you guys, you're so sweet. Girl, look at me. I'm getting all red. I am so hot. I've got to go out into the ocean and I'll feel a little better. How's that? All right. I did. I made it. I made it. It was 5 hours, 5 hours on the flight over, and I was getting antsy, but I got that book read. I got so many notes. I want to get them organized and put them in a really good video for you guys on how to make good habits, right? That changes everything. If you can get your brain in the right space and your actions in the right space, you guys will be rock stars. So I can't wait to bring that to you. All right, friend. I will catch you tomorrow. All right. You guys have a great Saturday, and I will see you later. Thanks, friend. And thank you to my YouTube family. I appreciate you so much. Guys, this has been awesome, and I appreciate you hanging with me tonight. And I will catch you tomorrow.